Welcome back to another episode of Florida Jig, and today I am going to be showing you guys my tackle. Now to start off, I don't have that much tackle. This is pretty much all my bass gear right in this little box. I have some more saltwater gear and jigs and whatnot, but this is pretty much all my freshwater fishing. Now to get into detail, I'm going to talk about every single soft bait that I have first. So these little grubs, they work very well. They have some nice action. They're pretty much a swim bait, but they're also kind of just like a little grub. I don't know, but they work pretty well. The next thing I have is these lizards. Now, just some Zoom, I don't know, Jim Bug Red or something. I have not caught anything on these, but they have some pretty good action, so I'll probably be able to catch something on them in the future. Now, moving on to the stick baits, these are some watermelon chart lamb or something like that. They work very well. I have not caught anything on them. They're pretty much just your average stick bait. They're very cheap though. That's why they're called. It's the same thing. Next up, I have these panfish assassin little thingies. Not really sure what they're supposed to be, but they kind of mimic like a little bug underwater. And I've caught some pufferfish, but talking freshwater, I've caught nothing on them. Again, I have some ribbon tails. I think there's some Zoom, I think pumpkin or watermelon red or something like that. They have some nice action with their ribbons, but I've never caught anything on them. Next up, I have some Lake Fork trophy bait and tackle, just some lizards. Pretty much the same thing as these Zoom ones. I haven't caught anything on them. I think these are like pumpkin red or something. Apparently they got garlic salt. Yeah, I still haven't caught anything on them. Moving on to my hard baits, I have just my spinner baits. You've probably seen these before. Wide variety. I only have like 4 of them. I'm hoping to get more. So that's all of them right there. Then this is kind of my hook area. I've got some Texas rigging hooks. Right here I got some random like jig heads in there on this. So I have just some random hooks in here. I have no clue what this is, but I've never caught anything on it. Then I have some treble hooks. Yeah, so pretty much just some hooks and spinner baits. Moving on to my next little tackle box. This is my crankbait, and I have a random spoon in here, but I have a swim bait in this corner. Now these work great. I've actually caught a freshwater snook on them. They have great action. They're really cheap, but they work awesome. Next up, I have this deep diving crankbait. Now I almost caught a gar on it, but the gar didn't quite get the hook. But I like these. They float on the surface. You pull on them, they go down. Got some nice action. I think they're Gary Yamamoto actually, so they're very nice. Next up, I have a popper. I believe I just found this a long time ago. Have never caught anything on it. It's got some pretty good action, wiggle back and forth, but it's okay. This is pretty much just a topwater. Like I said, I've used this before in the bay. I actually think it's my friend's old one that he lost, and then I found it somewhere. It works pretty well. It's not great though. I have just some random lipless crankbaits. I just recently got this one. I've not caught in this, or I haven't even fished it yet. But I like how it's kind of silvery. You get some tension going there. I actually really like these lipless crankbaits. I have another one right here. You've probably seen this one before. Still haven't caught anything on it, but I really like their action. This spoon I've never used. I don't know when I'm going to use it, but I have it. So, moving on to the tools. This works great for getting hooks out or just in general holding hooks, pliers. I mean, if you had even a splinter, you can pull a splinter out. It's got a nice locking feature so you can lock them in. Then they won't come undone unless you push down and then they'll pop back out. These clippers, they're really amazing. I really love them. They're by Orvis, or these scissor thingy. But it has like a little pokey needle point at the end. So when the paint gets on top of the jig heads or whatever, when you first buy them, that's nice. I'm not sure if that's actually what it's used for, but it works. These clippers are great for cutting monofilament. Not so much braid, but they just take a chomp out of mono. They work amazing. I always bring these with me. They're always working. So that is my whole tackle lineup. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys soon.